Good morning everyone. Welcome back. This video is for class 8, subject English Literature. This is our chapter number 2 and the name of the chapter is Children at Work. This story is an extract from the book Trash on rag picker children and recycling, written by Geeta Wolf, Anushka Ravishankar and Arijit Singh. It is taken from the book It So Happened and this is my lecture number 1. This chapter is divided into 3 parts. So today in this lecture we shall cover only 2 parts. Third part will be covered in next lecture. Before start reading the detailed summary of the chapter, let me tell you about the main characters. This story is about Velu, a runaway 11 years old village child, and a girl of similar age, Jaya, who is serving in a big city all by herself as a rag picker. Later, Velu also ends up as a rag picker in a big city and faced with the harsh reality of life on the street. Let's read the story to know more about these children. Let's see the introduction of the story. Children at Work is a sensible story by Geeta Wolf, which focuses on the living of slum children. There are many reasons why children have to work. Some help their family make a livelihood. Others who run away from unhappy homes need to support themselves. Children who have to work cannot go to school and play like other children of their age. This story teaches us to be emphatic with these children and help we can. The story involves a boy named Velu. He was a small boy of 11 years. Now, let's read the summary of the story and understand it in detail. Velu was an 11 years old boy who had run away from home. His father was a drunkard. Drunkard means a person who is habitually drunk. His father used to beat him and his sister and used to snatch every money they earned. Velu was fed up with the day-to-day abuses and decided to run away from home. He walked all day in Kannur, a district in Tamil Nadu, and later on boarded Kanyakumari Express. He reached Chennai Central in the Kanyakumari Express without ticket. He had to do so because he had no money. He escaped the ticket collector's notice because he did not come to that unreserved compartment. Chennai Central Station is a huge railway station. When the Kanyakumari Express arrived at Chennai Central, it took Velu some time to get off. When he finally stood on the platform, his leg felt wobbly. Wobbly means unsteady, as if he was still standing on a moving train. It was because of tiredness, weakness and fear. He sat on a bench on the platform with a small bundle beside him. In all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people except once a year at the fair in his village. Velu saw people in a rush with their suitcases. Velu on the platform. A loudspeaker was shouting with announcements. Some people were watching a big TV screen. Some were sitting on the platform. In his bundle, he carried a shirt, a towel and a comb. He was very hungry. For 2 days he had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. He was sitting near the door and tried to sleep there, but a group of men playing cards and shouting throughout the night, making it impossible for him to sleep. The crowd and the people looked upon him made him miserable and exhausted. Velu meets Jaya. Suddenly he heard a rough voice calling him, and he woke up. He saw a girl around his own age wearing a long banyan that came down to her knees. Her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on one shoulder. She was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them into her sack. Velu was thinking in his mind, why is she calling me? And why is a girl wearing a banyan? Velu stared at her vacantly. Vacantly means showing no interest. Then she asked his name. Velu didn't answer. He did not want to tell some strange girl that he had run away from home, as he couldn't stand his drunken father's beating him for one more day. His father would snatch away all the money which Velu and his sisters earned and spend it on drink. She replied that this place is full of children like him and asked him about his plan, but he didn't answer. When he felt hunger pinching him, the girl told him that she could find him some food if he wants. She told him that he won't get food sitting here glumly. Glumly means sadly. The girl was a rag picker. She picked her sack and moved away. Velu stayed on the bench. What should he do? Should he follow this girl? Where was she going to take him? She was disappearing into the crowd. So he had to make up his mind quickly. Alright, Velu thought she was his only hope, so he followed her. She wasn't even looking back to see where he was. So this was the summary part 1. Now, let's see the summary of part 2. Velu caught up with the girl as she was leaving the station. The two came on the road. Velu was frightened by the heavy traffic of the road. Smoke and dust flew at him from all sides, making his head spin. Head spin means giving headache. They had to wait for a long time before they could find a gap to run through. Velu kept hesitating, and the girl finally helped him to cross the road with her. They walked along the side of the road. There were huge signboards above them. Velu looked up at the pictures and thought, why is a girl wearing a banyan and holding a box in her hand? The writing was all in English. They understood nothing. This showed that he did not know English. They turned onto a wide bridge and walked up. Velu stopped to peep over the traffic and buildings. Under him, the road ran into the city. In the distance, he could see huge buildings and towers and more roads. See that big building with the wall around it. Velu read the Tamil sign, Central Jail. The girl said, if you are not careful, you will soon be counting bars there. Then Velu said, jail? Why? I haven't done anything wrong. Then the girl replied, you don't have to do anything. Just don't get caught. That's all. Velu wondered, what does she mean? Then Velu asked from the girl, what are you carrying in that bag? She replied, things, bottles, paper and plastic cups. Velu wondered what she was doing with them, but he felt shy to ask any more questions. It was still morning, but Velu's bare feet burnt as the sun blasted down on the tar and he was soaked with sweat. So here the meaning of bare is not covered. Tar means thick dark liquid used to make roads, and soaked means extremely wet. He was thinking about the food, and after about an hour's walk, they stopped in front of a big building. The sign on the building read, Shri Raja Rajeshwari Prashana Kalyan Mandapam. A sign with letters made of flowers said Groom J.V. Vijayagan, Bride Rani. Velu stared at the big cars parked outside. One of the cars had a flower garland and roses stabbed on it. The girl looked around, pulled one off quickly and stuck it in her hair. Velu looked at the huge hall and the crowds of people inside. He asked the girl if they, means Velu and the girl, were going to eat there. The girl ridiculed him and then she led him to a garbage bin behind hall. There was a big garbage bin overflowing with rubbish. Two goats were standing on the pile, fighting for the banana leaf. A cloud of flies buzzed around their legs. There was a rotten smell in the air. The girl picked up a squashy means crushed, banana and offered it to Velu to eat. Velu was shocked. He asked if they were going to eat the leftovers. The girl disagreed. She said that she ate only untouched food. She threw him a vada. Velu looked at it with distaste. However, he was too hungry to refuse any food. So he ate the banana as well as the vada. The girl could find only one more banana which she ate herself. The girl's work. Then the girl said to Velu, "It is too early. They have only eaten tiffin." Here the meaning of tiffin means snacks, not proper meal. If you are still hungry, you will have to wait for them to finish lunch. You can wait if you want. I have to work. I'm going. She picked up a couple of bottles from the heap. So here the meaning of heap is a group of things placed one over another and threw it into her sack. She said she had to do her work. Seeing her going, Velu panicked. So here meaning of panicked is was very worried. He followed her again because he was not having another option. Then he asked her name. The girl turned around and told her name as Jaya. Velu asked to come with her. She agreed. She said that she had to go home to replace the full sack with the empty one. So this is the end of the summary number 2. Children, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapter explained by me. And your homework is read chapter 2 and write word meanings highlighted in the video. Based on the understanding of the chapter, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book It So Happened As. Page number 9, comprehension check, question number 1 to 5. Page number 13, comprehension check, question number 1 to 4. Since you are not having your It So Happened literature book, so here in this video I have mentioned your homework in detail. Answer the following questions. Question number 1 to 5 are on page number 9. Question number 6 to 10 are on page number 13. Question number 1 is, Velu stood on the platform but he felt as if he was still on a moving train. Why? Question number 2, what made him feel miserable? Question number 3, Velu travelled without a ticket. Why? Question number 4, how did he escape the ticket collector's attention? Question number 5, why had Velu run away from home? Question number 6, why did he decide to follow the strange girl? Question number 7, can Velu read Tamil and English? How do you know? Question number 8, if you are not careful, you will soon be counting bars. There the girl said. Part 1, what is she referring to? Part 2, what does she mean when she says if you are not careful? Question number 9, where did the girl lead Velu to? Part 2, what did they get to eat? Question 10, what work did she do? Think of a one-word answer. So this is the end of the lecture. Do your homework in neat and clean handwriting. Thank you and have a nice day.